Not everyone can be an artist, but can everyone be creative?
Yes, I think creativity is a universal trait of human nature. It doesn't mean we're all equally good at it, but it does mean we can all learn to get better at it. I mean, like any other talent, it's not evenly distributed. I think one thing that arts education, there are really two, I think, separate justifications one can make for it. One is the case that's often made towards policymakers, which is that we can show that if you expose kids to arts education, they show increases in attention, and executive function, and so forth. And this is a very grounded case. And here it's not about making more Bob Dylans or more Picassos. It's not about more people who are capable of big C creativity. It's just about kind of making people better, making them perform better in other domains.
Fulfilling their capacity.
Exactly. Yeah. Fulfilling their potential. But I think there's also a case to be made that arts education can also play a role in big C creativity. And one of my favorite ways to talk about this is in terms of so-called ages of excess genius. You can go back through history and you see these flourishings where you don't just get one genius living in one place. You get a lot. You get William Shakespeare living in the same town as Christopher Marlowe and Ben Jonson and John Donne. And you can look at Renaissance Florence and ancient Athens. And one connection you see in all these so-called periods of these ages of excess genius is that there's often education reform. So William Shakespeare's father was a glover, signed his name with the mark, and yet Shakespeare was given lessons in Latin at the age of 7 and 8, and that's what allowed him to reach his full potential. There's a really wonderful point made by Bill James, who's the brains behind Moneyball, the pioneer of sabermetrics in baseball, and he points out that if you look at 21st century America, that we are living in an age of excess genius ourselves. It's just the geniuses we pump out are athletes. We are very, very good at producing incredibly physically talented people. So we win the Olympics. We export basketball players and baseball players all across the world. And he says that's because we've got this incredible pipeline for developing athletic potential. We encourage kids to play Little League and AYSO and Pop Warner football. We lavish them with scholarships in high school and college. We've trained professional sports teams to invest millions of dollars in unproven potential. And his point is, we know we can create lots of geniuses because we've done in this one domain. We just have to now take that pipeline, which is so good at producing athletic potential, and apply it to the STEM fields, apply it to poetry, to painting, to sculpture, to ballet, because we know we can do it. We know there's a pipeline that can really allow people to reach their full human potential. We're just not doing it for these other fields. And that's why you see in the 21st century, you see lots of pockets of athletic genius. Just we don't see pockets of artistic genius anymore. We don't see Paris in the 1920s anymore.